Alternating dumbbell bench press. I really love this exercise because it really makes you focus on each side as we're going. Gives you a little bit of a little coordination factor here. But we like to cue and say that we keep one at the top so we're not trying to rush like we're punching. So he's got one stabilized at the top while he's pressing with the other. There's work going on even in the stabilizing hand. Basic bench press exercise. We're just using dumbbells right now, but you can use the barbell. Go ahead. We're just gonna do double dumbbell. I do prefer the double dumbbells. It's gonna keep you a little more honest as far as your unilateral strength goes. But we just wanna keep I like to keep a steady angle on the dumbbell so we don't put too much strain on the shoulders. But just your most basic horizontal pushing exercise. Dumbbell half bench press, and this is a great exercise. And what we're gonna do is essentially take that single arm dumbbell move and make it even tougher. So as we get set up now, we take the dumbbell in his left hand, he's gonna take his right foot to the center of the bench. He's gonna take one cheek off, one shoulder off. He's gonna reach back behind with his off hand and grab behind the ear on the bench. You wanna have a real stable bench here. You wanna have an imaginary bench underneath you, which you're gonna create with your core. So he's really pushing with his hip, his hamstrings, glutes, squeezing hard, focusing on that weight. This is gonna alter your weight just a little bit. You're not gonna be quite as strong in this movement, but it's a great move. It's gonna tie in and make a supported exercise like the bench press feel unsupported. Go ahead and we'll do a couple on the other side. Once again, he lines himself up, back leg, middle bench. He's off the cheek there. One shoulder blade, one ear off. Good, perfect. So really a great core way to tie in the core with your bench press move. Single arm dumbbell bench press, great exercise. Go ahead. Even though we're on a bench, it's still gonna keep you really honest as far as your core goes. So you really gotta settle in. He's actually gonna use that little motion, which I like to teach, just kind of that natural rotation of the hand. As the dumbbell gets heavier, you're gonna feel a little more unstable, so you might have to reach your arm out for balance, okay? So whatever you're thinking about, just plant those feet. Go ahead and switch the other side. Plant your feet, balance as needed with that hand, but we're trying not to grab onto anything. So we're really making that core work, basically from your hips all the way through your core. Good. Push-ups. Push-ups, we're gonna go through, it's just a series like we did with the planks of push-up variations, very simple. The key on the push-up is limiting factor for most people is gonna be just that ability to hold that great plank position. Just think of it as a moving plank. So just regular push-ups, almost like you start doing a barbell bench press, come all the way up, There you go. So we wanna make sure full range of motion. And then the next thing I like is to really kind of bring that grip in a little bit, almost kind of try to screw those hands into the ground by rotating outwards so the elbows come in. And we have this nice, tight, really safe position, really strong position, like a close grip bench press. Not quite a close grip, but keeping everything tighter, almost like a dumbbell bench press. Plyometric push-ups. Another great variation to add that explosive ability in. If we want to make this the horizontal push of your workout, we might want to get a little more explosive with it, add a little loading. So now we can go with a basic plyo push-up, leaving the ground. We can go to more of a clapping push-up, get a little more air, a little more hang time. Then the next level is to try to get up a little further so that we can touch our chest or touch our ears. Good. So we want to really generate that force into the ground. Think of it as a really good explosive exercise that happens to be a great horizontal pushing exercise as well. TRX push-ups. Now whenever we use a TRX or suspension trainer, it's going to really be a bang for your buck exercise with anything that we do. So now when we decide to horizontally push with this, we're gonna get great core activation. Once I said, it's like a moving plank. So we're up pretty high. It's not too tough of a level. It's a great place to start. One of the keys is, whether you're on rings or jungle gyms or TRX, is to avoid the scraping of the arms, kind of flare the elbows out a little bit. Yeah, so we can kind of keep it, that's your physical cue as you do your set. So now we can, depending on your strength level, we can move our feet back, get into a deep, deep push, keep his hips nice and tight, and work a good push-up. Okay, so the key is, we don't want to sacrifice anything, but we got to understand that core is going to be a huge limiting factor here. We really want to work and make this a great horizontal pushing exercise. So, but keep in mind, we're getting a lot. It's just like any push-up variation can have a lot of core involvement.